Good morning, everyone. Let us start with day 31 of our regular SAP FICO session. The topic that we will cover today is definition of currency and valuation profile, definition of version, definition of profit center accounting, definition of material ledger type. So these are the topics that we will cover: ledger type, profit center accounting, version, and currency and valuation profile. We'll understand the meaning of each of those as we configure practically in the systems. So let us first see the definition of the currency and valuation profile. I'm into the IMG menu. Let me go into the financial accounting, global setting, ledgers, and parallel valuation approach. So currency and valuation profile. It assists in maintaining multiple valuation like legal valuation, group valuation, and profit valuation together. So what details are required to create this? This is just a code and description. I am creating RCI as currency and valuation profile and giving the description as RCI currency and valuation profile. And as we go into the details, we understand that for this particular profile, we will be using the company code currency and group currency. And for the valuation, we'll be using legal valuation, group valuation, and profit center valuation, as we discussed in our earlier session as well. So the combination that will form is company code currency, legal valuation, group valuation, group currency, and profit center valuation. That is nothing but 10, 31, and 32. Let's go back. So this is the definition of the currency and valuation profile, and this is must to define if we are using multiple valuation. If we only use legal valuation, we need not define this, but if we are using both legal valuation and group and profit center valuation, we must define this. The next step comes to assign the currency and valuation profile to the controlling area, which is, so our controlling area is RCIG, and the currency valuation profile that I have assigned is RCI. You see this activated tick mark, but it is grayed out. We cannot activate it from here. For the activation, we have another step which is under activation. So for activation, we use this multiple valuation approach, check and execute activation. We simply click this, choose our controlling area as RCIG, and activate controlling area and activate. I have already activated it, so I'm not doing it again. So this is the 3 steps related to currency and valuation profile, which helps us to support multiple valuation in SAP. Next is definition of the version. Let's go back. And under the multiple valuation approach transfer prices, under the basic setting, we have here to create the versions for valuation methods. So we are using 0, R1 and R2. 0 is for legal valuation, R1 is for group valuation, and R2 is for profit center valuation, which description I have given here. 0 is standard version that is created by SAP, and R1 and R2 I have created by copying 0. So in R1 and R2, we should select all the indicators that are given here. The reason for selecting all those indicators I will explain later. But as of now, you should understand that the other versions that we create by copying 0 should not have plan indicators. This indicator, apart from this, it should have all other indicators. And then both these R1 and R2 version I have extended in the operating concern and also in the profit center. Let's go back, select, and go in the profit center accounting. Here also I have extended. Let's go back and go in the operating this controlling area. Here also it is extended. So the version that we create additionally should be extended in both the in all those three objects: operating concern, profit center, and controlling area. Let's go into detail of the controlling area by looking at the settings for each fiscal year. So I said that from 1st of January 2025 this version is activated, wherein I say for planning the exchange rate that will be used is P. There are other settings within this which we will discuss in the days to come. As of now, the thing that I want you to understand and remember is, if we want to use multiple valuations, then we must create additional versions for each of those valuations. As in our example, we have created R1 for group valuation and R2 for profit center valuation. Let's go back. The next step is assigning the versions to the controlling area operating concern, which we have already seen. Next is activating the profit center accounting. For this, we need to navigate to the, let's go back into controlling. Let's close the financial accounting, go in the controlling, profit center accounting, basic setting, controlling area setting, and here we have maintain controlling area setting under the profit center accounting. Say here we activate the profit center from 2025, and we say that the profit center standard currency is 90, which is USD, and profit center accounting will be used for profit center valuation. And the standard hierarchy that is created for profit center is RCIG underscore profit center hierarchy, which is PCH. Let us go back. And this we have activated for our controlling area RCIG. Let us go back. So now we have activated the profit center accounting. After we have activated the profit center accounting, we must assign the version 0, R1 and R2 for the profit center accounting as well, which we have already seen in the previous step. The next step is to define the default version against the ledgers. So we have that under the general controlling, organization, and here we have defined ledgers for CO version, wherein we have specified that for RCIG controlling area, we have three versions: 0, R1 and R2, which I have assigned to 0L as the default version. The 0L is the default ledger, which is nothing but the leading ledger, and herein it is automatically derived from the version definition that 0 will hold legal valuation, R1 will hold the group valuation, R2 will hold the profit center valuation. In order to do this configuration, we have to make some changes in the 0L ledger. Let's go back into the financial accounting so that I can say and I can show what changes I have made. As you already know that we have the ledger 0L as leading ledger, RI and RG as non-leading ledger. RI is non-leading ledger, RG is the representative ledger in our case. So let's go into RG, RI. RI, you see the valuation view I have made is blank. Let's go into RG. RG also the valuation view is blank. It is blank means it can be used for all the valuations. And then let's go into 0L. 0L also it has to be blank, which I made yesterday, but since multiple users are utilizing the server for their purpose, they have made the changes over here. So I am just making it blank and saving the configuration again. By this we say that each of the ledger that we have created can be used for multiple valuation, that is for legal valuation, for group valuation, and for profit center valuation. So this is the changes we have to make over here. And the assignment we have done like this: 0 R1 and R2 versions are assigned to ledger 0L. The last topic that we have to understand for the day is material ledger type. We know that we have certain requirements for evaluating our material ledger. For that we have to do certain customizing. So under the controlling, going back into the product cost, controlling, material ledger actual costing, and here we have assign currency type and define material ledger type. So the material ledger type that I have created is RCI, and the description that I have given is RCI group material ledger type. And what are the controls that it has? So in the material ledger we can assign only 3 currencies, and as per our requirement, based on the discussion that we had with the client, we understood that we need to evaluate our materials in the company code currency and legal valuation, and the group currency and group valuation, and the group currency and profit center valuation. And you must remember that for the asset accounting we can utilize only 3 currency, and for the material valuation also we can utilize only 3 currencies. We cannot add more than 3 currencies over here. So after the material ledger type is designed, we need to assign this to our plant. Our plant is RCI Delhi. So I have assigned the material ledger type over here and then saved it. With this the status has turned to green. Let's go back. The next is activating the material ledger for the valuation area. Let's go into the activate material ledger. So here if I check my valuation area is RCID, you see the material ledger I have selected as activate, and the price determination I have chosen as 3. The reason for which I have chosen 3 price determination is that I will be using the actual costing. In my case, what is actual costing and what is the impact of choosing 3 over here, we'll discuss in our upcoming session when we understand the business process related to material ledger and actual costing. So these are all the basic configuration that we have done. Next that we should understand is we have made some changes in 0L, RI and RG, which is we have removed the valuation view so that all the ledgers can be used for all the valuations. The next step that we have done is changing the source currency for 11 and 12. As you know, in 11 and in 12 the base is 10, 10, 10 with group valuation and 10 with PC valuation, right? So since 11 and 12 represents company code currency itself, only the valuation is different. So the source from which the conversion is taken cannot be 10, because 11 and 12 are itself representing 10. So the conversion should come from 0, 0, which was earlier set up to 10, and I have made the changes over here. Let's go into the financial accounting to show that change for you. Here going define currency, define setting for ledger and currency types. And here let's go into this currency conversion for company code. Let's check for our RCIG. You see for 11 and 12, now it is 0, which was earlier 10, like 30, 31 and 32. So these 3 series are group currency which can get converted from the company code currency, but 11 and 12 are itself representing company code currency, so the source currency cannot be itself. So 0 is the document currency, means from the transaction currency the direct conversion will happen into the 11 and 12. Let's go back. So we have made this change as well. With this we have completed all the configuration that are required to pass the consistency check. There is one T code wherein the system checks the consistency of the configuration that we make in the system. Let's go into this particular transaction and check if our company code has been configured properly or not. So our company code is RCII and we'll be checking for all the ledgers. You see everything is green over here. For all the ledgers that we use, a 0L, RG and RI, everything is passed. We do not have any issue in our configuration. That means the understanding that we have from our configuration that we have done as of now is correct. Now, after making the configuration test, we are ready to make the postings in this system. But we will not make direct posting. We will just check whether we are able to make the postings or not by simulating the journal entry. Simulating means just displaying the overview of journal entry before making the actual posting for it. So for that, first thing is, for making any posting, first thing is the period should be open. So to open the period, we use the transaction code OB52. Our posting period variant that we have assigned is RCIJ, wherein we say the period number 8 from 7th period to 8th period 2025 is open. With this, we'll be able to make the posting. The next is maintaining the number range. As we know, every journal entry that is posted in SAP is given a number. So if it is given a number, the number range has to be assigned somewhere. So FBN1 is the T code wherein we maintain the number range. So you see I have maintained number range 0n 01, which has this number to this number. So the first document or the first journal entry that will be created will have this particular number range. As of now, I will not as of now I'm not explaining why only 01 has the impact, why not 02, 03, why the number range numbers cannot be other than 01. It has some connection with the document type. So in our days to come, when we understand the meaning of the document type, number range number, how the linkage between all the terms happens together, then I will be explaining this in further detail. The next is, now you are ready to post the journal entry because your period is open, GL accounts are created, your number range are maintained, you have a document type in standard. With this, I am closing for the day with the belief that now you have the understanding of the currency valuation profile, the reason for using this, creation of the versions, activating the profit center accounting, and material ledger type, and the linkage between each of these objects. How you check the consistency of the configuration that you have made so far, and how to open the period and maintain the number range. Let us close for the day. We'll meet again tomorrow. Thank you.